Well, it all started with Yuri because he's the author of the idea and say kind of general flow of how this idea can be potentially done.
В какой-то момент я подумал, что одну и ту же криптографию можно применить как для кошельков, так и для такой штуки, как DRM, которую эта идея переросла в идею паблики, после чего я встретил Антона и рассказал ему о ней.
And then this idea evolved to publishing.
So a year ago, I was working for a Norwegian company that had been using Anton's company ScandiWeb in their project. And they asked me to meet them in Palo Alto. So Anton's invited me on a 2-hour walk on the beach with Yuri. I think it was more than 2 hours. We sort of hashed out the idea and realized that this is, from my perspective, this is a rock band. Anton's is the obvious COO. He gets stuff done every day looking for what can we get done. He even has a program we call the Daily Done.
Антон обладает исключительным талантом в поиске людей и в построении команд. И к тому же у него огромный опыт в ведении бизнеса.
Yuri's background is in technology naturally, so he helps to navigate the space without making costly errors.
Yuri is Yuri. I've said before he's the bravest man I know. Sometimes I've said he's a freak of nature, but I mean it in the best possible way. Right? He seriously thinks about the things that Antons and I really don't want to think about.
Джозеф очень энергичный и инициативный человек, и все время удивляет меня своими идеями.
The Publica team needs someone to know where it wants to go and maybe where it needs to go, even if it doesn't want to get where it wants to go. And that's what I'm pretty good at, so it's kind of an obvious choice.
Joseph can freely, much better than me, talk what Publica can be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years.
Well, in a year, Publica will become normal because it is the first e-reader/wallet on the app stores. In 5 years, Publica will be mature in many ways. People will know us, we'll know each other, we'll have partnerships in the rest of the publishing industry. Because I want to see what humanity does when it's freed up from borders and money habits and fences in general. By the way, Publica means, in most languages of the world, either people or the act of publication.
So it's like a double entendre.
Yes, and it always was. That's how we chose it.
Publica is an innovation in publishing. We were referring to it to explain to ourselves it better as a Gutenberg's press for 21st century. Gutenberg's press was a material revolution that enabled many historical events. We have very strong belief that applying the benefits of blockchain technology, cryptography, and tokenization can bring much awaited revolution for the publishing.
Almost everything I know, I learned in rock bands. And I learned that everything's done by teams, and teams form around a creative core, and then other teams link to that team, and eventually teams can change the world, but nobody can do it alone. I was born in San Diego, California. I'm a typical surfer kid from the barrios of Chula Vista, Coronado, Poiloma, and then I went to high school in the Netherlands when I was 14. Came back to the US to go to university. I started studying law, and just before I graduated, of course, I quit and joined a rock band. I eventually found that I was a pretty good project leader, and really bands are projects. They're just like startups, and books are just like startups. A partner and I, we independently self-published our first record. About 7 years, that band and its career, 3 years of another one, and all that time I was working something to do in books. And then because of my technical bent, I found opportunities in television. And so I had a chance to help build a television station because they needed some technical expertise, and I had some great projects. The first one was the CBS Winter Olympics, and then the launch of DirecTV, and all the way up through Verizon TV. And then when I found the blockchain, I looked at television and film and thought, not quite ready for blockchain to help it out much, but just step back to books, because they're all digital media anyway. Books are, I just thought, the right place to start.
My parents had they probably own a secret of how to raise an entrepreneur. It's very easy. Just never give him pocket money. I grew up around the time when Berlin Wall fell, so everything, all traditions, economy, society was falling apart and completely new world was emerging. Every good parent leaves a fingerprint, or much more than fingerprint, on its children. My parents are engineers. In their opinion, my favorite subject should have been math. I was lucky to finish university quite early. It's a Stockholm School of Economics, so I was lucky to enter there and got a world-class education. So I was really hungry to apply my knowledge somewhere, so I found a job. It was in industrial sector. I advanced to be a manager of half of the factory. Well, after I coped with that and made things work, and I felt like I have to look for some other goals in my life, so I just quit the job and went to Spain to clean the beach after the Prestige tanker collapsed there. So I just went to a quest to discover what would drive me forward. Well, it wasn't named ScandiWeb back then, but essentially we started with our own startup ideas, like a full service agency, and what later became ScandiWeb, and from where we got a spin-off of Publica.
Привет, меня зовут Юрий Pimenov, я CTO в проекте Publica. В 3 классе школы я попал в кружок программирования, и мы изучали язык программирования Basic. Я увлекся программированием, потому что мне нравилось играть в компьютерные игры, и я хотел научиться их программировать. После университета я основал компанию по разработке мобильных игр, и мы разорились. С тех пор я считаю, что нужно с умом подходить к выбору своих партнеров. 5 лет назад мы с друзьями открыли блог про блокчейн и криптовалюту биткоин, и с тех пор я увлекся этой технологией. Спустя какое-то время я в просторах интернета заметил, что Андреас Антонополос пишет свою книгу «Мастеринг биткоин». Я написал ему с просьбой и с предложением перевести ее на русский. Спустя какое-то время он ответил мне и прислал ссылку на сайт для переводчиков. И я занялся переводом этой книги. На перевод книги у меня ушло полгода. В тот момент я не представлял, сколько занимает перевести книгу, но я думаю, что я справился. Так как я программист, я постоянно наблюдал различные тенденции в мире технологий. Однажды я прочитал о биткоин, но на тот момент мне не казалось, что технология жизнеспособна. Она была слишком красива для реального мира. Я рад, что я ошибся.
If you'd like to learn more about Publica, I recommend watching these other videos.